Hello guys, and welcome to another David's Maleta. My name is Serge. In today's video, I have a non-start, like no power, some weird electrical issue with a 2002 Mercedes CLK 320 convertible. Part of that is, or mainly, that's all it is, it has water damage, basically from water just getting inside, through the convertible top and through the drain ports in this car. So, with that being said, guys, we need to figure out like what the problem is. I will be sharing with you guys what's kind of going on, okay? Well, first of all, I did check all the fuses, and none of the fuses are blown. Also, the steering wheel lock button is non-responsive. When I put the key in, it does not like accept the key, does not do nothing. It does not release. It does not release the steering wheel at all. Some of the dash lights do come on. The power seats work. Interior lights work. The lock and unlock button does not work. And some of the stuff that I found online, when it comes to your key, like blinking, like I don't know if you see it blinking right there. You're trying to unlock your car, disengage the alarm system, or open up your doors. Sometimes it's just a fuse. It's a 7.5 fuse. Sometimes it's a 15 amp fuse. And sometimes you replace that and that's fine. Other times you would have to replace the whole electrical, I guess like electrical ignition switch. It's probably called something different for the Mercedes that you put the key in. And there's a lot of work for that. You got to disassemble everything to replace it. That's a very common issue with these things. Also, apparently something's very common. If you do not clean off your leaves and shrubs and whatnot, like on your vehicle, it will stuff up the drainage ports and it will let water go inside. When that happens, it could cause some serious problems, leading it to a problem like what I have right now. It can be something maybe to do with the wiring, but it also could kill your computers. And hopefully that's not what happened in this case. Something weird that's happening with this car, when I first immediately turn the car on, I connect the battery, immediately starts flashing, like alarm is going off. And I will show you that in the video. If anybody knows what that really means, let me know, because I certainly don't know what that is, okay? I'm trying to get to the bottom of this because I would like to use this car's, it's a $500 car, basically. I would like to use it as a 24 hours of lemons racer, which I will talk about at the end of the video. But in the meantime, I'm trying to get it started. So if anybody knows anything that happens with these cars when they get flooded like that, do please comment in the description, in the comment section below. But I will show you everything, kind of like what's going on with this car. That way you could know exactly what's happening and let me know, your thoughts. Enjoy the video. With that being said, I did check these fuses and I checked all of these. And I checked all of these fuses. None of the fuses are blown, which is very, very surprising. So could it be something worse? When I put the key in, it doesn't do anything. However, when I try to turn the lights on, it says switch lights off. I don't know why it just like beeps at me like that, like turn it off, So that's the mileage. It does show it. The time does work. But that's about it. I'm not sure if there's any more fuses in this car besides those. But all of this got submerged in water. Now the car is tilted a little bit sideways, so I doubt that these got submerged. I will check it out. I'm not sure if some of those connections are still wet and they're just not making a connection, and this is why the car is not starting. I'm not sure if that's the case. Because why would the fuses not be blown? So if the problem really occurred, I think at least some fuses would be blown, but there's like no blown fuses whatsoever. And this key release does not work, and also the remote does not work. As you can see, it does blink. This remote was working fine before, But this is what happens when you just leave a car and just kind of like abandon it. It just has all kinds of issues now. So anyways, guys, before making a video, I just went ahead and just went around the car, and I wanted to show you kind of like what I'm dealing with, what everything was looking like before I even got started. So this car was abandoned for about like 3 years, just parked here, just collecting water, and occasionally I would get in there and I would get all the water out. But anyways, here's what happens. So at this point, the battery's disconnected. I did install a battery by connecting a positive cable first, then a negative. It's fully charged, and basically I closed the trunk yesterday, and I did disconnect the negative cable. That way there's not going to be any power draw. And I unlocked the trunk with a key that installs inside of the remote, because even though the key has a good battery, it does not release the trunk. And so anyways, here's the battery here, and I'm getting ready to connect the negative battery terminal. So let's get things tight. The positive terminal is tight, and of course I'm going to be checking these fuses a little bit later on. But watch what happens when I connected that battery. This is what happens. It's kind of like alarm system is going off on the car, but when you try to basically use the remote to disengage it, nothing's working. So I'm not sure if that has anything to do with it, kind of like the car is in like panic mode. I am not sure, or that's trying to tell me something, like the car is in a state that it can't be started or whatever. Maybe there's something wet. If anybody knows anything about that, please let me know. So anyways, I'm inserting the key here. It does not accept the key. It does not like make any noise. It does not unlock the steering wheel. I tried unlocking the steering wheel by moving it back and forth like you can sometimes. Nothing is working. Also you could see remote is flashing, like I'm able to press it. Sometimes when this happens to your car, if it's just maybe been sitting like overnight or whatever, maybe like a week, you could just remove a 7.5 fuse. Everybody has a different location. Sometimes they say like a number 52 fuse, and others like 45 or whatever. But I checked every single fuse, which I will actually show you in this video. But every single fuse is actually good. Like I did not find one single blown fuse in this car. Obviously, in my situation, I have an issue with water damage. So water's getting in through this rip in the convertible top, and also all of the drain things are blocked. They were blocked to begin with, but this did not make it any better by me just parking it under the trees. I have already removed all of these plastics. That way you could see kind of like what's visible here. And as you could see, lots of holes drilled on the floor. That's so the water could get out. I just done this recently just to make sure the car gets dried. It's been sitting like that for about a week. Everything kind of like dried, right? As best as it could. I also use a blower to blow everything out. This engine was running really well when I first got it, but the thing is, it first had a rough idle because it was submerged in water previously, because it still like had like a leak. And as you could see, this is from a previous fix here. This is something me and my brother did back when it was at his shop, because all of this wires was corroded. We got them all bunched up together, and that made the car actually work. Now I don't know what's going on. Like, could it be this wiring again, or could it be something worse? Let me know, guys. What do you think? Have you dealt with this before? Is there something else I should be looking at? Because I know there's computers back there that you could remove, and some of them are pretty expensive, and it will prevent you from starting the car. But in my situation, it's just kind of sitting like this, and after sitting, just nothing would happen. It just would not start. Like, it's obvious water got in it. Surprisingly, all the fuses are good. I guess that one decided to stay behind. Breaking off a tab. This may have something to do with it. It's just these wires are just laying there, apparently submerged in water. I mean, they are, you know, with a rubber coating, but who knows? I just hope that the computers was not blown, because wires are getting wet, and then when you go to start it, it just messes up everything. I just hope that's not the case. The electrical seats do work. Oh yeah, there it is. So I think I do need to pull out all the seats and disassemble all of this goodies over here. So anyways, guys, I want to tell you what I want to do with this car. This car does not have a title. It was basically a $500 car, but my brother just let me have this car, and it was having the same issue, water getting inside, and before you know it, it also was not started. It was having like a bunch of issues, and then we got rid of the water. We fixed some of those wiring back there that I've been showing you in a video, and the car started up. It ran rough a little bit, wanted to shut down, but all in all, it ran. I was able to actually drive it to my home, and then, you know, since I really can't use that any further now, I just parked it. Now, the roof of the car does have a rip in it, and because it is a convertible, like right along the seam. So I thought that's where it was leaking. So I covered it up. And even though I covered it, I parked it. It collected a lot of water. And that's because all of the passages, they're blocked with leaves. And because of that, the car is not able to properly drain everything, all of the excess water. And on top of that, there's lots of trees around, so it doesn't help the fact that even if they were not clogged, it would just clog them back up again. So anyways, what am I going to do with this car? Well, I plan to get it started. I do want to get it started, but I will be completely parting it out. All of the interior panels, like everything that's on the inside that's any good, I'm going to be parting it out, just sticking it on eBay and just selling it. And I will be converting the actual car into a Lemons 24 hours of Lemons racer. I'm going to be building a roll cage in here and just using it for that and have a little fun with it. But in order for that to happen, I got to get the car started first. But in either case, this interior, the seats itself, like they're really, like the leather really feels dry, just kind of like dry rotted. This is the way it was. There's not a lot of things that you could save as far as the leather seats goes, but the power seats themselves, they work really well. So I think I could just disassemble the seats and just sell them in pieces. I'm sure some people are keeping these things as kind of classics or whatever. But I'm just gonna basically turn it into a racer and have it start its new life, you know, on the track. This engine was running very nicely. You know, I really liked it. But anyways, without no further ado, guys, thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna go ahead and call it a day. Thank you for everything. I'll see you guys in the next video.